Hey y'all, what's going on? I want to put my 2 cents into what happened with DJ Swearinger. Um, as y'all know by now, he was released by the Redskins for you know making comments about what happened last Saturday night with the game with the Titans. He pretty much threw the D coordinator and pretty much coaching staff under the bus, but mainly the D coordinator, Greg Minuski. Um, and the Redskins Monday subsequently released him. And basically because of insubordination. Now he was warned about this several times. Going back to last season. Hey, cut it out. Don't put the news out there in the public. Don't put all this negative stuff out in the public about what's going on with practice and all that stuff. Um, my thoughts about it is that the Redskins had to do it. They had no other choice. I just wish they had done it sooner. Because it's just like a dog. When you got a puppy, you got to teach him not to pee on the rug. You got to give him the newspaper, and just train him, have him trained to go outside and pee, But apparently, when the puppy becomes a dog, and he's still doing the same thing, then you didn't train him. And the way I feel about this thing is that they should have done something to him last season instead of just keep warning him. Now, my theory is this, that the Patriots, if it was like the Patriots or Steelers or New Orleans, they wouldn't have put up with this. They would have just had him released, period. Because they wouldn't put up with this. They're not even the second time around. They would have warned him once and say, yeah, you do it again, we're going to release you. And that's what the Redskins should have done, but they let it fester. And, now all of a sudden that, they say, enough's enough. I mean, I get why they did it. It's insubordination, period. There's some things at work I can't say, out to the public, or I'll be fired. That's just the way it is. That's at any kind of occupation. And professional football is no exception. But I think I don't understand is why didn't they do this sooner? And plus lately with all the stuff going on with, us, Simon Reuben Foster for what I don't know. This guy obviously, got domestic abuse charges. That's basically against the same woman that he dated. Why is he still with the same woman? I don't get that. All the stuff that's going on, with Zach Brown being benched, the stuff that came out with Mason Foster, where he thought he had a private DM with somebody on Instagram, and that person that had the conversation with put all that stuff out in public about saying F the fans and all that stuff. All right, he apologized a couple of days later, but he did apologize nonetheless. But DJ's a great player, all that. But there's some things sometimes you have to keep in house. You can't keep going out to the media and saying in social media saying it's the team did this, they're not practicing hard enough and stuff like that, which is. There's some merit to that. Okay, I have a buddy I work with. He went out there to training camp in Richmond when they were here in Richmond for training camp, and he was telling me that DJ was swearing and cussing at everybody, telling me, hey, let's go, let's practice hard, and practice was kind of like a days ago. I mean, he saw it, so there's some truth to it, okay, but. It doesn't matter. You can't commit this kind of anarchy and insubordination. Now, Jay Gruden, I will say that, he had the balls to finally do it. I don't know if it was just him alone or, it was him in the front office or whoever said, hey, let's get his ass out of here. My thing is, why didn't they do it sooner? Why? If you were running a better organization, you would have nipped this in the bud, started sooner. And look at the guy's track record too. The guy's been in he's going to be on his fifth team in 6 years. Second time around with the Cardinals. All right, and so that tells you something right there. I mean, it would have been when they signed him in free agency, didn't the Redskins do enough homework to say, okay, we need to think about signing this guy. We don't know if he we want to know what went wrong with these other teams. So they apparently didn't do their homework good enough. They didn't discipline them last season like they should, like other teams would have. That's just how our management is. It's lackadaisical. It's all fucked up. I mean, it's just no way of saying it. They're a fucked up organization. You know, I mean, and for that to fester is really, too little, too late. You know, you should have got rid of him last season. If you wanted to get rid of him, even though you warned him once, or, a couple of times, hey, let's keep it down. Don't talk to the media about this and practice and all that stuff. You should have just warned him. If it was me, I would have warned him one time and said, look, we gotta shut this down, man. You can't be putting the business out there like that. Or we're gonna discipline you. I mean, so I don't know, man. I mean, they should have disciplined him a lot sooner. And I tell you, there's one thing about Jay Gruden. I mean, I will give him credit. He is kind of an ass, but I will give him credit that he did finally said enough was enough. Okay, if it was him that made the final call to get rid of him, I will give him credit for it. But he should have done this sooner. He should have done this last season. If you're on top of things, or management was on top of things, they would have got rid of his ass sooner, and then move on. Okay, eat some of that money in his contract or whatever. But why not sooner? Should nip this in the bud right from the start and say, hey, do this again or I'm going to release you. Don't wait till a year later and get to a boiling point where, enough's enough with this guy. You should have just put down a hammer right then and there and said, look, either you stop doing this. Hey, we don't do these things kind of out here. We don't do these things here, But then again, it's the Redskins. It's the Washington Redskins. This is how our organization has been since Dan Snyder bought the team. Fucked up. And, you bring fucked up people like Vinny Serrato, who was his buddy, but, the fans, we as fans decided enough was enough, that nothing was getting done, so we stopped showing up. And we got rid of his ass, and Bruce Allen came, everything was hunky-dory for a bit, but then some of the moves that he made were just mind-boggling, the thing with the RG3 thing and Kirk Cousins, which I don't agree with Kirk Cousins. Alex Smith's a good quarterback. Yeah, he doesn't commit as many turnovers as Kirk Cousins, but, Kirk Cousins threw for 4,000 yards 3 times, and last year he was here, he threw for over 4,000 yards with an inept group of receivers. And tight end who keeps coming in and out of the lineup, Jordan Reed, because he can't keep his ass healthy. We need to get rid of his ass too. We need to release him. Mason Foster, he's got to go. Just saying, man. We just got to. We just got a lot of problems. This organization is all fucked up. Then you talk about funding a new stadium. How about winning some games first? How about getting the fans back by winning a lot of games first? Start winning games and then worry about the stadium shit later. Okay, I think that's what y'all need to do. Start winning games. The first thing you need to do is fire Bruce Allen. Fire his ass. Jay Gruden, I'll give him maybe 1-2 more years. And the best he can do is 9-7, 8-8, 7-9. Then his ass got to go too. But Bruce Allen has got to go. I mean, his track record proves for itself how inept he is. The guy's an ass. I mean, and he's living off his dad, God rest his soul, George Allen. If his dad was here now, he'd be rolling over his grave. It's like, what the fuck has happened to my team? What the fuck have you done, Bruce? I mean, that'd be me, I'd be George Allen right now. He's rolling over his grave. Like, what the fuck have you done to my team? So those are my 2 thoughts about it. But, share it if you like it. Comment, whatever you got to do. Peace out.